you think we're gonna bounce? We're gonna bounce here. This is your long opportunity to go, and you have, you know, a professional trader. You know, would they be excited to short here? Probably for a few points, but where would they get more excited? And where I would get more excited is in this area. And typically, what they like to do is do this, and then kind of drive it up here, right? So you can grab some on entry, just know that they can test the extremes of this, and don't be surprised if they bring it back to here, and that could stop you out. So be patient, let the 3-minute change of character occur, and then go long, right? So that'll probably be the best idea. Let me just see something on like 4 hours. So the POC still stays the same all the way up here. So we still have that 41.20. Do you guys remember the last bounce that we had, 41.18 in a quarter?
Yep.
44.18, yeah.
Yeah, 44.18. So that's going to be a big zone, right? So if you look at this area right here, there's a chance, high chance that they're going to bounce that here. Right. So I'll make sure you guys have this on your charts right here. That's going to be a big zone. And then if they lose 45.30, is this 30? Yeah. If we lose this level, I would say 99% chance you're going to go here. You lose this level this time right here, you're going to fill this gap of the contract switch. So once you fetch, once you come here, I would say you're going to hold this and you potentially find some buyers, right? So they're probably going to find some stuff here. But if you lose that, then you have the liquidity. I guarantee you, with everything I know, you lose 42, call it 55, 50s, whatever this level is, 50, 42, 50, you're dropping to 41.38. And this is going to be rather quick. And most will try to short this. I would not try to short 41.40. Okay. And this is our range right here, if you guys recall. Yeah, this is that POC that I was looking for to see. So 41.18.5, yep. This is gonna be a big, big level on 1 ES. And they're not even able to get out of the value right now. So let's see. If they get out of this value, they're probably targeting this POC here at 45.36. Has anyone checked monthly? I know it's early, but so you have a couple of value area highs lined up there. And interesting enough, you see the shift in value area high in this month. What does that tell you though? We broke out of it. And what do you have to do here now to be accepted?
Back test it.
You have to back test it and you have to defend it. You cannot let it fall inside, let's say below 4,500. Doors open up to all the way to, previous month, 43.51. What are we in July, June?
July.
And that happens to be the 44.18, of course, right? Is the POC for June as well. So that's a big level here. And I would anticipate that we go here soon. If they fail this peak here, and like, that you see here, if they fail that, then high chance we're gonna go bottom, lose that, go here, and so on. Okay. That's a really bullish candle there on the daily. So, and just want to ask you guys, this candle here, how would this look like on footprint chart? What do you guys think it would look like?
Lots of selling imbalances, stacked imbalances.
If you go, I don't have it up, I swear, but if you go and look, this is going to have a huge negative delta, right? But check the min and the delta that it closed, and then look at the absorption switch on this candle.
Mm.
They got absorbed here, all of them, right? Obviously, you see it now, but that happens. We saw the absorption. I mean, I was telling you guys live, ES looks weird. ES looked heavily absorbed. The delta was huge negative on 1 hour on Friday, right? So it didn't look right. And it looked like there was a major, absorption happening. And same thing here. I mean, think about it. This one actually is more bearish candle than this one here. Does everybody know why? Why is this one more bearish than this one?
It's compressed more.
Less volume and shooting shut.
Yeah, and they didn't really give them opportunity to bounce more, right? If you take the percentage between the wick, the body, and the tail, this one is a little bit more bearish. So now you see them here struggling. The low is, what is it, 45, 30, 75. Breaking that will trigger, I would say, probably a decent sell-off, and you see where we are right now. So let's see. Now look where they are right now. Oh, why is this candle? I made it one too big. And you see where we are right now, right on PDL. Kind of dancing, trying to reclaim it, bounced off of it, lost it, and now trying to get back in. I think they will bounce here first before the next move, so don't be in a rush to short. Any questions on ES? I think it's fairly straightforward, right?
You had prior week POC as 45.10.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, 45.10 and 50 cents. All right, let's take our friend NQ. Wow, NQ. So this is, oh my God, what do you guys notice? Anyone notice something here? This is good. Would anyone like to take a blind bet that we're gonna hit 15, 43, 6 this week? I'm giving you 300 points advance. Nobody?
I mean, it looks like it with that inverse hammer up there at the top.
Yeah, I don't care about the I mean, it can be whatever at this point. As we shifted up, the value didn't even chase.
Yeah, we need to come back inside value.
It didn't even chase this movement, right? The value chases price on an uptrend, but when it stays back so far, right? It's not really good for, I would say, the bulls, right? It's gonna come back and test it to make sure that they're serious about this round. Which, looking at Twitter and some other people trading, it seems like their retail's all on board.
Back to 2020.
Call it June POC. That's a big level. Are we out of balance on the weekly? Yep. So ultimately, this is a big level here, guys. This is a huge level for them. And just look, there is a shelf here, right? So don't play just the level. There's a little shelf that you should play right here. You guys see it? I don't know if I can zoom in enough.
Yep. And I think that aligns with a 30-minute imbalance on footprint.
There should be an imbalance here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a little bit of, volume being shared here. But so far we out of balance, right? We broke out. So ES, here's ES, right? What is ES telling you versus NQ on weekly?
ES value shifted higher.
Okay, and what about NQ?
NQ, I don't think it did, right? Oh, okay. Never mind. You were looking at the monthly before.
Okay, so but what's different?
They did
POCs with
POC lower for
Yeah.
NQ.
Okay, what else? Here's your ES. One is out of value,
they're opposite.
inside the value.
Yeah, they're opposites.
Remember NQ was lagging at first and then they spiked it really, really strong. Now NQ
Yeah.
is leading and ES is leading down now because ES is already inside the weekly value. NQ is still an imbalance on the weekly.
Yeah.
So what you're looking for tomorrow, right? Or whenever you're trading, if this bounces here and it lines up with DS, let's say ES is on support level. I'm just gonna count point by point, so it's probably not the best way, but so 65 points here. That probably, I would say it's this right here. I would say that probably lines up with POC here on ES. Don't quote me on it, but I would say it's very, very close to this right here. So if this one is coming here and NQ is coming on the previous week value area high retest, that's not a spot short.
No.
You do not want to be shorting here, but if you want to learn the hard way, short here. And just let me know how that goes. It's not going to go well, most likely.
Would it be right to say like the ES monthly looks like a short cover rally, like it's a P shape?
On a monthly?
Yeah, not monthly, the weekly, I think. The one you just showed us.
This
Yes.
one on NQ is lowercase b with multiple distributions. This one here, I would say, it has a lot of volume up top, but the POC stayed behind. Let me see if 2 hour shifts it. Still stays there. It's really awkward shape, right? I would say mostly D shape, right? It looks like P, but it's really weak P. This is not a strong P, I would say. The POC should be higher, right? You want it to be higher, especially after a normal D distribution. You want this P to be higher. You want to show aggression coming out of balance. And you don't want to think about if there's value here or not, right? You want to say, yeah, this is way below the value, spike it up. But here they spiked it up. And then, just look at the volume. You don't have to spend too much time. From here, look at the volume on the bounce. Here's your volume here. And then on this one here, I would say, they had some momentum between the 2-3 days here on a spike, and then they went down again. So this move seems like maybe the last array for the bulls. I would think if they want to do a pullback, this would be a pretty good opportunity. I think they got a lot of bulls on board, but let's see. And then I drew this trend line here from the bottom, and look where we're kind of rejecting now. So if we do decide to go, look at this 3x POC on the monthly plus a VPOC on the monthly, and it's a sell-off POC shelf. So this level here is going to be pretty tough to pass. 46.90. If they want to get that far, that's good, but that's going to take a lot of work to get there. And I said 46.85. It's coming out to 90, like a zone here, but I don't see us going over this. Maybe if they break this, then you might want to put like 6,000-7,000 on your charts because that's where it's headed. If they break this, it's gonna explode.
Maybe they break it up and like clean the liquidity.
There's a lot of earnings, right? I mean, we know what they did in the video. They just need to do it with Netflix and a few others, and I think they can catch that. Okay. Any questions on this one? No.
Nope.
Okay, so NQ, I would definitely watch this, right? I mean, you have this POC that's at the bottom. There is a high volume node that's sitting there. I'll be cautious of that one. Kind of shorting here is it's pretty dangerous to short right here. This is your demand zone. They're most likely going to bounce it. I would expect that they bounce it here first. If it doesn't make, you know, on 30, 65 minutes, whatever your preference is for change of character for longer periods, if they don't really break, let's say this consolidation here that they have, then you know that they're looking for more down. In my opinion, they're probably going to be looking for more down. But if the bulls really, really want to get going here, ES is their problem. Right? And does everybody understand why is the ES the problem? Inside the weekly balance, shifted the value area, right? Broke the previous, the Friday's value area, went below it. So it's telling you we don't agree that this is our value. They're seeking value now lower, and the extreme low of this value is 45.20. So this has to be tapped.
So essentially, they would need fresh, aggressive buyers to come in at the highs to take him past that Friday value
This is
area.
going to require a lot of initiation now at the top.
Right.
Right. Okay. And then NQ on 30 minutes, if you guys look. So they kind of same deal, right? They close below the NQ on the value here. If they reclaim this value, I would be cautious shorting if they reclaim this level. Actually, I would not look to short at all. Any questions on that statement?
You're saying you wouldn't even short it at the prior day POC. You would just play the long side all the way
Play the
down.
long side. I would change my sentiment to bullish.
Okay.
Yeah, once they go over the consolidation there.
Correct.
Once they reclaim prior day value area low.
PD
Right.
value area low, I would not look to short.
Okay.
This seems like a really good area for a bounce too. 15.2. What am I missing here? 65. I mean, they already broke this channel, right? This channel is gone. This one here is done. Does everybody see it? If you go this way, however you want to do it, this channel is gonzo. So let's see, if they lose this, they can trap. Imagine this channel being looked at, right? You know, if they break this low, they can trap a lot of people here, guys. Is there points to catch? Yeah, I mean, there's a high volume node here. You lose that, you're guaranteed to go 15. What is that? 6, and we are at 15, 678-ish. So it's not bad, right? But you just have to be smart not to add to this position on the short side here until we lose this, you know, POC here, this area. Okay. I will just shift it here and put it right there. Okay. Any questions on NQ? I think this is pretty straightforward. Reclaim PD value area low, you're going to the POC, potentially 80% rule, depending on how we open tomorrow. Once we lose this, right, the equal lows that they created here, if you guys look, I would say right here. Once they lose this, right, is there a potential they dump here? I would say really high probability they can dump. I would have some trim exits at like 23 because they can bounce it, right? Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get there in one go, but the ultimate target would be here. When you trade futures, you don't you don't not trim, you trim your positions as you arrive. So that would be really, really interesting to go there, right? So I would keep on level on this range here as we're coming. If we do break this channel, this whole cloud here is going to be interesting.
That POC there is at 97, right? 597.
It's 99. Which one? Sorry.
The one you have right there marked on the high volume node.
This one that I'm touching
Yeah,
now?
Yeah, yeah.
This one is 15.6, 15.599. And then the range is, I mean, if you look at this, if you zoom in, I mean, you could go, you could go to 3 each, 1, 2, 3, and then go 3 here, which will make it like a little bit manageable, right? 10 points, 10 points, which is, I think it's fair. I'll probably play something like this here. And if somebody wants to short today, overnight, you don't have a position till we come here for shorting. Anything in below, you're going to lose. Watch as they arrive here. If you want to make money here. Oh, actually, they're about to come there in a few seconds.
Right, you count that as a secret demand, or sorry, secret supply?
No, there's just basically this is just a sell-off, right? So there was an imbalanced candle there. If you look at it, this is your imbalanced candle. There's a volume gap. They're most likely coming here. There is a secret supply right here. You see it?
Yep.
It's right here.
Yep.
But I think
So-
they're headed for this level.
Would that also show up on footprint, the secret supply in any way? Would that be an imbalance of some kind, or?
So you would probably have an imbalance, like a stronger seller. I don't think it would be a stacked imbalance, but I think you would see it as an imbalance.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Can't remember my quant tower access. Still. Okay. Well, that's all I had for NQ and ES. Any other questions, stickers you guys got in mind?
Could we check natural gas UNG?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is ready to rocket. This is ready to roll. I don't know if you guys bought shares, but I've been adding shares.
I'm adding more on Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy on Monday.
Yeah, this is ready to rocket from this spot right here. This is gonna go, man. So watch now the POC on this sell-off here. They reclaim this. I mean, they can literally take off here, and I'm pretty sure they will. They went here. 7 reclaims. I mean, yeah.
I think there's a couple of imbalances from the sell, the dump they had, so they might test.
For me, this is a longer hold, guys. I don't plan on selling this till I make probably somewhere around here, 35 to 40.
Like 5x.
Yeah. If I can make 5x on this would be a good day, investment. So honestly, I don't know which direction can we go where the natural gas is not needed. And how quickly can you achieve that direction? If you want to go solar, okay. How fast can you build infrastructure? Maybe faster in Ukraine, but I don't think you can build in US that fast. All our money's going there. So yeah, UNG is still for my long-term port, my kids port, this is it. I've been adding quite a bit there.
And it always tends to spike between September to January. If you go on
Does everybody know how the cycles of gas work?
Not
You
exactly.
just switch to summer blend, right? It depends how is our inventory on the winter blend, right? On natural gas, but you would expect the winter blend's gonna take a little bit more, especially if there's more conflicts anywhere else in the world. I think Taiwan, China has been too quiet for a little bit longer than they should. So just keep an eye on it. But I think these are great ads. If you added it below 6, I think you have a jackpot.
Can you also look at Verizon Wireless and Roblox?
Verizon doesn't look too good here. I was gonna add some, but I didn't pull the trigger yet. I think we have a little bit more to go. I think they're gonna hit this demand here. I will add here. I will add a lot here, right? So we broke this, right? You see that they're breaking this right now.
Hmm.
The next demand is here, and I don't expect them to hold here. I don't expect them to hold here at all. But I will add in this POC area here. Once they come to this section right here. Oh yeah, Shorty's gonna be in, and I'm gonna be adding here a 27 on Verizon. Yeah, I've added AT&T on Friday. Somebody commented it was below 15, and I just went in to hit market order on it. So I'll add on this, guys. If you just go here for shits and giggles, this is at 94 low. Year 94. Like, honestly, I'm okay even if I lose capital on this. As long as this D stays on for the remainder, I keep adding.
Hmm.
And I know that, you know, there's Starlink and these, but guys, I'm telling you, AT&T does not make money on residential. I know what my company pays monthly for AT&T, and it's mind blowing.
They also earn a lot of money by like leasing out patents and royalty.
But guys, our server and all that runs like on their internet and our switches and all the buildings, it's all Cisco and AT&T pretty much. I think we were at like 80 to 90 million dollars, $87 million a year with AT&T. So it's pretty big. And here's your monthly. Take a look at this candle here. Right? Take a look at that candle. Take a look at this candle. And then go read Wyckoff 2.0 when you're bored. Look at all this. And then just kind of go read the see what's going on. They've had similar here, right? You see up, down, down, and then they popped it to 30. I'm not looking to sell. Will I trim if it hits 33? I might take some capital gains, but only if it's over a year, right? They hit it within a year, purchase it. I'm not interested. You said Verizon. What was the other one? Roblox? Is that
Roblox. RBLX. Yeah.
Ugh. Well, it's been consolidating for ever. Oh. Oh, they're buying this up like crazy.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, was accumulation.
Yeah, but it's not ready to go just yet.
Hmm.
Yeah. Even if they're ready, I think they would go to 47. Yeah, I think we'd be happy to buy this 34. 34, 35, I'll buy it. Anything
Okay.
from here, right? We need this to hold. 30,
30.
and higher is our entry. I would not buy here. What you want to see on this candle right here, look how big the body is.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't committed yet. You know, you look at these, have they committed the buying yet? I don't think so yet. I think they want more. And is this the gaming thing? I know my son's not allowed. Do they just do gaming?
Yeah, and I think they also have like a partnership with Meta now for the metaverse stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm old school, but I just don't see that metaverse stuff.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they're definitely buying, right? I just, you know, if I buy it at 43 and it dips to 30, man, that's a pretty big chunk.
No, I think we were talking on the main chat today. We were talking about like 35 to 40 would be a zone to
I
buy.
think
But you're saying closer
ideally
to
it would be for me between 30 and 35. I want them to
Okay.
come here. I want to see bounce here, right? I want to see the bounce at like 34 to 35. And then if they fail that, I would get it. So you could start a position at 35 and
Mhm.
manage it and, not don't go heavy and then add if it does come back to 30. That's at least how I would play it. I just don't know
Okay.
about their financials. Are they profitable? How's their FCF? Are they growing? Is their EBITDA good? If it's not, all those things, especially in a company like this, I would take a look at it, right?
Mhm.
Is this the same company that Nancy Pelosi was involved?
Not that I
At
know of.
one point she was buying. I don't know if it was this or something else. I don't know if it was this.
Yeah, she was an investor like when they were in the all-time highs.
Yeah, there was something weird with child pornography with this company.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Yeah, there's something really weird. If this is the same company, I'll take a look at it. I think
Yeah, I think what you're saying is true. They have a lot of nieces and nephews that
Yeah,
play
there's
Roblox, and
it used to
there's
be
been like a
child.
lot of that.
Yeah, I remember. I used to be on Roblox when I was younger, but nowadays it's like people do like weird stuff on there. Like it should be for kids, but there's some weirdos out there.
Yeah, and just from my, I guess, I don't know how I say it, just from being a human, I don't think I would put my money into it, support it. But if you want to make money and not care about that, that's okay. You can buy here. I just can't.
No, I had no idea about any of those things. So that's
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks good that you can, bounce to the 30s. If you don't have feelings towards that, that's fine, or emotions, that's great, right? You can buy it and most likely can go higher. But if there's any bad news that come out regarding kids, child pornography, I think you can write it off. I guarantee you. You'll get the full write-off. It goes zero. Tesla. So I think they have earnings coming up, right?
Yeah, Wednesday.
So, and you guys remember what was my target on it?
300.
320, baby.
No, it's going to 303. It's not going 320. It's going right here. Anyone want to take a bet? I'm giving you a really good odds that you win.
Can we bet whether 320 or 303?
Sure.
You're gonna take calls for the earnings?
I'm not. I would take puts for the earnings.
Oh.
They're gonna drive it up to these 2 days, 320. Then they're gonna dump it. I would say probably like 240s.
Question: if it doesn't get to 303 or 320, bet is nullified.
Correct.
Okay,
All right, I'll take you on.
I'm down.
All right. What do you
Plus
want?
or minus 1 point. So 319 or 302. Fair.
Sure. Yeah, you can give it 3 points.
3. Whoa.
That's 300, right?
3 helps you more than it helps me. I'm taking 1. I'll take 1.
Okay.
Come on. You're trying to take me over the coals, brother.
Yeah, sure. I just don't. Yeah, I think this would be fair somewhere around here.
You can DM me your terms after.
Sure, I'll give you the terms. I will look for a rejection somewhere around there. Think about it. If you start looking at their inventory sales, their product roadmap, they've just dropped prices in Europe, Netherlands, and Germany. They dropped it, I think, 12% on Model 3s. And you guys know that there was a chip shortage for duration of COVID, correct? So now that they got the chips and all they needed in these cars is what? Chips. And you have a lot of inventory sitting and now you're putting the chips in that you were missing, like Ford. What are you going to try to do? You're going to lower that, but then, your margins on Tesla were so high compared to other manufacturers, right? Now that they're getting in line, what are you? I mean, do they have a self-driving car that I missed? Who's driving the Cybertruck? The one of you that put the puzzle, who's driving it?
I think in person.
There's a lot of fluff. Right? So I don't think Elon bought Twitter for the same reasons that many think. This is just me. I haven't shared this, but that's just my thinking. If I was Elon and I see that other competition is getting ahead a little bit, and I would say they are. I mean, you look at other car manufacturers. In Europe, there's the Polestar developer, the car, right? And it's now making, I've seen some in US. I saw some the other night. Then you guys told me there's Lucid, there's the one with the R. There's, in
There's
China,
Ion.
there's Neo, and I think in China, they're losing market share.
Yeah, in China, it's
So-
apparently BYD which gets the biggest number of sales.
And I don't know. I think he's shifting his focus towards social platforms, in my opinion. I think he's making a lot of money on Twitter now, believe it or not. So, but let's see, right? I think they're, they're still the first company that invented that, right? So they have the upper hand on charging stations and this and that. If you really wanted to crush your competition, would you share your charging stations?
Yeah, I was seeing that online on Twitter today. People were talking about how that's bullish for Tesla, and I was like, I don't think that's bullish for Tesla.
You do that when you want the revenue.
Yeah, which means
If
you're
you're
hurting.
missing revenue, you would do sharing on your charges. And I'm not saying it's bad value add for cash flow,
Right.
but if you wanted to own the market share, if you were not afraid of competition, why would you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, right? It could be, right? I'm just thinking my opinion is that if I was the CEO, I would say, fuck off. I'm not giving you my
Right.
chart.
Yeah, you got to
You
do
know how
it
much
yourself.
capital it took to put that out? So, yeah, I don't know. I would maybe play it differently unless he has a different, longer plan that we are not able to see. And, and I'm sure he does. But right now, I think that they have a significant run. If you guys remember, my ad was 125. It was here. So if you think it's value add here, you know what I say, by all means, go for it. If you didn't want to buy it at 125 and you're buying it at, I even told you guys about the 151, the recent one. Do you guys remember that? I told you that it was going to bounce somewhere around here. We had it on our charts, right? It was 155, 165 or something like that. And I mean, it had a significant run, and even if you take the sell off, look where we are right now. I'm not willing to buy here. I'm not willing to gamble this. So, yeah, I'll be cautious of that. I think Netflix has earnings.
Yeah.
I hate Netflix with passion. So they filled the gap almost here completely. Okay, so they didn't really enter it. So they could do that on Netflix, right? And I read the last report on Netflix earnings. I think it's hilarious. But I think they can keep pushing this up here to 500. I would play calls on Netflix before I would play calls on Tesla. And I hate Netflix with passion. So that's just my opinion, right? That's what I would do. It's not necessarily what you should do. Okay. What other ones you guys got? AMD. I think AMD's. Do I have to tell you more after you see this candle, or are you guys okay?
Wow. I didn't even see that. That's insane.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna get filled on AMD where I said, right? I think I'm gonna get my fill here. They're gonna have to come back here at one point, and I'll buy shares again here somewhere. I think it was 78 that I wanted. 80, 78, like here, I'll buy it. This right here, this is my favorite setup, guys. You go above the value, you fail, you come back. I mean, this volume here is not buying. So, and it's pretty good volume. Look at this candle here and look at this volume here. It's pretty up there, right? I mean, it's probably missing a quarter of this, but compared to other selling volumes, just draw it out. How many times did you have more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. If you count these here, about 7 days in past, call it a year, you had more volume than that. On selling, right? So it's, and especially when you print the candle at the value area high of the whole thing from the top to current, and you're just magically selling off a value area high. You fail to build this, guys, you're guaranteed that you're gonna go here. I'm telling you that this is where they're headed. NVIDIA, I know somebody's gonna ask, let me answer before you guys do. This one is just, I think there's a lot of retail that missed this, but let me show you 6 months chart. Here you go. I looked at it last night or night before. I just started laughing. I mean, it has a, yeah, I'm just not interested in this.
There's no buying volume. It's just
I
all.
will not touch this with, I don't know, if Fed gave me a money, I would say, no, I'm not buying this. Like, I'm not interested in it.
And that previous one already closed, right? That giant green bar one. Yeah.
Yeah, this one closed. Yeah.
That's
This is 6 months.
crap volume for
Yeah,
that
so
size candle.
if I was to be patient and I got roasted on Twitter, my orders would be sitting at 75-ish. But that's just me. Microsoft, let's see, go on monthly. They're obviously not buying it here. Let's see, daily, and they're not really aggressive selling besides this candle here. But look at these candles on sell here. Look at this one here, for instance. And look where they came again. Volume. You think about it. You're a seller. How do you maximize your profits? Somebody was interested in selling.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they drive the price, right, for their friends and family, and they have the ability to do that. And let's see, so most likely 341 is next. Yeah, I think plain puts. I know it's earnings season. When is their earnings? Yeah, maybe after. I wouldn't mess with swings right now. I would watch this level on SPY, just so you guys know. 445 and below, I think we start a downtrend. And if you guys go here and turn on your PVP on 1 month, you'll see why. This was your VPOC here. It was the only VPOC that was remaining on the whole chart. And where did they come? They came right to it. If they're to break this, I don't see them breaking this. Only we have stellar earnings across, right? We have huge growth on earnings, right, per share across. And I don't think that's what's expected in SPX, right, in S&P 500. I would watch this level here, 457, break 445. And you see here, right, on this whole down, like you look at the run, you had a VPOC here, right? You had this one, got filled. You had this one, it wasn't filled. You had this one, got filled. This one here was there, right? And they filled it. This is the only one that's remaining. Well, now let's take a look at the other side. Okay, so you have a monthly, these are monthly VPOCs. You have a monthly VPOC here. You have a monthly VPOC right there. And here. You tell me which way is the liquidity. There's no more liquidity to the top. So I would just pay attention to these. I would say if cards fall in place, if we lose 445, by end of November, all of these will be hit. Once we lose 445, it's like dominoes. Come back. So watch SPY. What else? I'm still watching Clorox. Haven't nothing yet here. We talked about this level here, right? I don't know if you guys recall. I just want it somewhere here. I want it cheaper than that. I want to buy this. If I can get it cheaper than this, that's better. But somewhere around 140, 120 ish, I would take that. Bottom or middle here, I would take that. So Sunday I'll schedule a well, not a class necessarily, but let's do the scan list and look at the previous list. There's quite a few that triggered, right? If you guys remember, we had DPZ on the list for months prior, and I think this was a banger, right? Went from 300 to what, 411, $100 a share. Pizza was another one. I think hopefully we get another opportunity at 72 here. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I would buy this, right? But there are a few reasons, right? NFL season coming up. If we can get this retest right here, right, 73 to 72, that's great. If we get it at 70, that's even better. Watch this. So, and there's a couple of other names that I'm watching right now. So I was going to schedule maybe a 2-hour session on Sunday morning, and we go through the stock list. And I don't know if you guys want it or not, but I do that for my own long portfolio, right? Just so I know what I'm taking off and what I'm adding. And I would say we found some pretty good bangers on these stock watch lists for long term. So if you guys want to keep doing that, I'll do that.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for me. I'll be live tomorrow, and hopefully we can make some money. On ES, I told you the plan is, I would say, not this. God.
They should just remove that ticker.
Just watch these levels, right? So you see the sellers are stepping in right here, right now. Right. So, you know, if we lose this, if you want to play tonight, you know, if you want to short below this level, by all means, not bad. But I think you're better off here. Oh, they did come back to it. Well, did NQ hit what I said they would hit?
I don't think so. Not yet. It's just short. I've been watching it. It's
Oh,
just
it's very
short of it.
close.
Yeah.
Oh, they hit it. They hit the volume imbalance. This is the volume imbalance. That's very close to a hit. Let's see if they give you a true hit here. This looks good. Yeah, this looks fairly good. I might take that short. Fucking log in. All right, guys. Well, have a good night. I'm gonna go catch some sleep, and I've been worn out. I was at the pool 7 hours with 2 kids. I feel like I ran 60 miles.
Thank
I
you,
don't know how
Shorty.
you make 12,000 steps in the pool, but I did it.
Thanks